Good morning, it's Jonathan Barratt with the morning debrief for Wednesday, August the 11th. The current time is 7:46. Let's have a quick look at what the market's been doing. Interesting night across the board. Obviously, I guess the main point of news is with the Fed, Bernanke, with their plans to repurchase government debt. That's seen by many as a form of stimulus, which it certainly is. And I think the markets get a little bit concerned as to why we need the stimulus and can the economies actually move by themselves. That's been a theme we've had on the books for quite some time. Can the economies stand up by themselves, or do they need the help from the Fed? Anyway, let's have a look at just a bit of a snapshot. The Dow Jones was, and excuse me for the stills. The Dow Jones was down 54 points at 10,644. The S&P was off 6 at 1121. Nasdaq was off 28 at 2277. Have a look over into Europe. The stocks was down 27. FTSE was down 34. The CAC was off 46, and the DAX was down 65. On the local market, the futures there closed up 4. It's a bit of a surprise there, I think. It's at 4,511. I will check that a little bit later, but as it was, our market up a little bit, which was quite good. Okay, let's move on now, and let's just have a look at just the usual things we look at every morning. First of all, let's start with the dollar index. Dollar index is closing at 80.92. Now, you can see there was a bit of a sharp sell-off there, and we actually had a bit of divergence there early. That gave us a little bit of, dollar weakness, I guess. I guess the key here is look at that low there at 80.25. See what happens there. But when you look at the dollar index in itself, it's pining for a bit of a move to the top side, and you can tell that by this daily chart. So I'm basically keeping in mind that dollar will correct to the top side, but that stop you can see on the hourly, you know exactly where it has to go in, and I'm happy to run with that for a while. That stop obviously has to go in below that 80.25. So how's the Aussie holding up? 91.30. Some of the sell-off yesterday, and really only recovered later in the trading session in New York. As you can see here, a breach pullback, low there at 90.70. Happy to add to positions on a break through that level. That's a low in place, so that's a trade you can probably look at. Any stops on any long dollar positions have to go in, obviously above 92.20. That's the range at the moment. Have a look at the daily chart here on the Aussie. You can also see that a lot of resistance up here. So would not be surprised to see a little bit of a movement lower, and also some divergence down here. So I'd not be surprised to see the US dollar firm just a little bit. Okay, so that's for the US euro, as you can see, 131.72, and you can also see that euro under pressure, dollar firm, same sort of deal there. So as I said, I would not be surprised to see some dollar strength pretty soon. Okay, have a look at the gold now. Gold 1203. Well, look, there we go. It's holding up quite nicely. Not really doing much, so I think we'll just wait and see there. We have no positions in gold, by the way. We exited them. Have a look at crude. Crude 80.26. And when you look at crude at the moment, the recommendation we still have in tow is a break of 82.50 on the top side. And we're holding to that if, in fact, it does break through there. At the moment, we've got a lot of data out tonight. So if the data does break through these levels, probably expect it to reach back through that lower end, testing that 79 level. But be very close to it at the moment. A lot of data out tonight, so that should give us some form or some lead. Okay, just have a quick look at the local market, then we'll look at some of the softs. SPY going sideways, not a whole lot of action here, but let's see what happens there. A breakthrough 45.70 on the top side. We'll see it trade higher. Likewise, a break through the lower end of that range, through that 44.50, sees a trend lower. Okay, have a look at some of the wheats. We climbed out of our corn and our wheat, our corn and soybeans, sorry, last night, so we've got no positions there. But one thing today, have a look at rough rice. Had a little bit of resurgence last night. We did come out of half the position. We're a bit concerned. But as you can see, rough rice there on the hourly, we did see quite a bit of a movement to the top side there yesterday. So that puts a bit of a floor in there at 2024. So quite comfortable with what happens on that front. Any stop now, I think you can put in at 2015. And would like to see it start that March higher. We noticed we've got more considerable floods there in China, which is a concern, but that might help the rice market. Also, a very large movement in sugar, and it looks like that might be on its march upwards. You can buy dips back to that 18.20 quite comfortably, with a stop below that, downward stop below 17.65. So quite comfortable on that at the moment. Okay, well, just quickly before I wrap up, let's have a look at what's out tonight. Obviously, all the oil data, also trade balance in the States. Sorry, that's the States. In the UK, we've got quarterly inflation reports will be important. More importantly, all this data in China. That's something to keep an eye on. Industrial production, retail sales, and purchasing prices. All very important there because that will give us a lead as to where we feel things will be going in the not too distant future, particularly with the economies. In Australia, we've got Westpac consumer confidence, and let's see how that, but we're expecting that to be relatively steady, if not fractionally positive. Well, that's about it from us today. Obviously, there's a few things to look at. A few of the markets there. We haven't got a lot of positions on. We're just looking for a bit of definition here. Keeping a good angle on that US dollar here, because I think there's a good trading opportunity there. But apart from that, rice looks okay with stops. We can see where we've got with gold, and we also see with crude what we're looking at. So that's about it. Have a great day. Happy trading, and we'll try and talk to you next couple of days. Bye for now.